Hello, everyone. Welcome to LeelaVersity, where we learn stuff in real time. Today we're looking at LumaFusion, which is a very highly professional video editor for iOS and also Mac. And I'm not sure what else because, I live in the Appleverse, but I've got a pinned comment with the iOS information. And I'm sure that everything else you would want to know would come from there. It costs $29.99 US, which seems like a lot of money, but if for just the flat program, there's no subscription cost. The cat action. Yeah, she's very active today. Sweet. Let's say hi real quick to some of the people I see in that front row. I'm even gonna highlight you today. Let's see. We've got here we go. So this is LumaFusion for iOS. Again, a lot of this is highly translatable to the other platforms. Thomas Christ, welcome. The Legend of Links, Magical Mod, very prolific musician, all kinds of cool things about that guy. Chris Lane Sr., newly moderated here. Yeah. Part of one of my little gangs. A very good gang. Cover by CQ. Nice to see you. And the pie, she's on her crazy train. Fat Panda Cat, 1979. Of course, coming for my panda colored cat. Yes. The pie. You can join me on YouTube, fun emojis and more. Yahoo. And my link tree right over there. Hey, don't claw my shirt. This sweater, this is like a 30-year-old cashmere sweater. It is. I come from old money. Like we don't have any of it anymore. It's so old that it's been gone for generations. But I definitely have that old money style with my with my hole filled cashmere, because I love this yummy cashmere. Wait, thank you, Cover by CQ. I'm feeling radiant at the moment. Super chats and super stickers are welcome. My link tree's right over there. Like, you can scan it with modern technology. Sweet. I see that there are more of you in the lurking lounge. Definitely, this is one of those ones where you may want to pay attention and not chat. This isn't Vince Janella. We don't have a quota for chat. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. That's wonderful. But if we're trying to concentrate, so why don't we practice my new... I thought it was telling me that she wants some more of these. Hi, John Swanson. Yes, you can have a couple more. Whoop, 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 whoop. Star. She's the star. She's the kitty star. I'm going to have her on one of my thumbnails. I'm going to start making more thumbnails with my actual face. But it isn't because of criticism, that's for sure. Yes, I am definitely... Oh, the TikTok deal seems dead at the moment, so continue to explore CapCut alternatives. Exactly. Hey, Crimson Crux! You asked for the crimson, you get the crux. I'm gonna bring in... Let's do the sexy glasses look. And my ring... Look at my ring lights. Right on. So I'm going to bring in the iPad, the other star of the show besides my cat, and I'm going to use this new transition. You guys tell me what you think of this new transition. It's called circles. Woo! It's just a little circlier than my swirl. so fun to actually play around with those things. Did you know you could do that with OBS? One of these days, I am going to film my whole OBS setup and how I managed to get my butt streaming, and I'll cover all of that on one of these Tuesday shows. But let's open up. Let's go to the App Store first, and we'll just quickly update ourselves. I'm sure most of you already know, because I know you hang out at Jade's, and Jade has done so many amazing things on hey, stop that right now, kitty. You want to get the jingle? I'll give you the jingle. The jingle is the dreaded tambourine. She hates the sound of this tambourine a lot. You behave. Oh, behave, kitty. All right, perfect. So 2 weeks ago was the most recent update. So they fixed some project export issues using certain audio filters. I think I had that problem. I used an audio filter and it crashed. Purchases could show as not purchased when not connected to the internet. That's not cool. New for Creator Pass subscribers and speed ramping and enhanced keyframing owners. So the two, I know, right? Everyone hates the sound of tambourines. So true. So let me help kind of quickly explain this to you before we go on here, which is probably going to make me have to redo this. So Creator Pass is a Storyblocks subscription that gives you a subscription to an in-app purchase that you can purchase, so you do not have to subscribe to anything except to get the Storyblocks. So if you've got your own footage or your own source of stock footage, then Creator Pass might not be for you. What you might want is the enhanced featured in-app purchases. But I was already subscribed to Storyblocks because I love stock footage. So I love to play with stock footage and mess around with stock footage. I have many shows on that. So you will so refer to my catalog, friends. But so we'll just quickly talk about let's go back. Yay, it didn't break. So the new for Creator Pass subscribers and people who own the 2 IAPs, speed ramping and enhanced keyframing owners. So now there's adjustment clips. That means we can apply. So this is one of the things I'm definitely going to try today. Apply effects, position, rotation, scale cropping, and blending to all of the clips underneath the adjustment clips. Yeah, so now there's 12 video and 12 audio tracks. So you can layer 12 things on top of each other, including 12 audio tracks. Insane. There's a reveal button in Clip Editor, which makes it easy to work with your adjustment clips. So weird. So new. Import SVG files to use as custom shapes in the titler. Over 60 new shapes included to easily customize titles. Oh, I like this. Good morning, Jade Star Music. Hope you're doing well today. It's really early over there in Australia, but not as early as it was last week. Hey, stop that. So aspect ratio switched in title shape layers makes shapes easier to use and more powerful. Ooh, that's very nice. New quick zoom transition pack. Yay, more transitions. So they improved the position, rotation, and scale controls. They're combined in one group when animated together. So that's pretty cool, making it easier to quickly create the perfect motion. Oh, I like that. I get how that works. Improved compatibility for FCPXML exports. Nothing I'm interested in, but maybe you are. Improved import of images and shapes in the title editor. The import button for shapes and images has been moved to the toolbar above the title layer controls. Very cool. So fixed. Let's no longer use duplicate storage for each instance. See important note below. Audio pops when using voice isolation. Hex color entry not working on Mac iOS. Improve stability and performance. Okay, so this is the important note. For customers who use LUTs extensively, a special LUT cleanup option has been added to cleanup in help and settings to remove old duplicated LUT storage. This option will improve performance and decrease the size of the project database over time. Note that cleanup may temporarily reduce performance while the system eliminates wasted space in the project database. In upcoming releases, we will continue adding new features, continue to enhance every aspect of LumaFusion. LumaTouch.co/support is a place to find tutorials, reference guide, answers to questions, all that good stuff. Now we'll hop back to Safari and we will find out what is included in Storyblocks and the new features, which the features came out a few months ago, but they've been working on them in the meantime. And like we said, 2 weeks ago, we just got an update. So now your subscription to Storyblocks includes all the enhanced feature in-app purchases. So Storyblocks is over one. This is no. You're not gonna put more holes in my ancient sweater. Over 1 million clips at your fingertips. 4K and HD videos. She's insane today. Royalty-free music, animated backgrounds, and sound effects. Awesome. Speed ramping and enhanced keyframing. So this is new, 12 tracks of video, 12 tracks of audio. The adjustment clips. This is awesome. I just cannot wait to play with this. Bezier curve path editor with ease controls for full control of your motions. Speed ramping of video and audio clips. Then Multicam Studio. That's professional level syncing, switching, and editing clips from multiple camera and audio sources, all within LumaFusion. This is something for like Jade's kind of things. Like she's got a lot more advanced of a setup. That's nothing I'm going to use, but who knows? I may start, right? So we can, let's see. Whoops. I thought we had, I guess I don't. I thought I had a thing about the cost. Anyway, we don't need to worry about that. Let's open up LumaFusion. I'm going to just go nowhere. All right, we have all our projects. Okay, I'm going over just to tell you how much that costs. It is $9.99 a month or $69.99 a year. As maybe we'll do this. How price for Creator Pass. I hate when my LumaFusion. Let's get to work on this baby. I'm telling you. $9.99 a month, $69.99 a year. Just like I said, I didn't need to check, but I like to check anyway. Sweet. Right on. Let's go back to LumaFusion. Right on. Let's start a new project all together. Oops. Here we go. Click plus, create new project. And we're going to call this Demo 1. Keep that frame rate. Let's plus in. Nice. Now I want to get some clips in here so we can start working with adjustment stuff. Hey, Barry Glenn. Good to see you. So Storyblock footage. There we go. Look at that. So we've got Storyblocks and footage set. Well, now we can put in, let's have flowers. I'm still we might have flowers for Flower Fest. There we go. Hey, Fokin Bluesa. Hey, Joe Glenn. Lots of these time lapses. I'll pick some that we'll just drag that in. And let that settle. A player. That looks really cool. So here we go. Now we'll put some stuff behind it. Let's put some stuff on top of it. Well, I'll import some stuff. So let's go import media. Nope, I got it. So I have this stuff in my file. Let's go straight from photos right here. So photos, and then we want, let's go videos. And here's some videos. Let's add some of these. I'll add this. So what you do is you go up the share sheet. So I'm in share, and you can go share to LumaFusion, and that's what'll happen. Then all of a sudden, all of these will be ready for LumaFusion. I'm going to just add like 2 or 3 of these right down here. Once again, share to LumaFusion. There's another nice one. Let's just straight in share to LumaFusion. All right, and now I'll drag these in back to LumaFusion. So files, imported, and then it opens up to my things. So I'm just going to drag those on top. There we go. That's like 21 seconds of video. And first thing, we'll probably just blend that. So the thing you do to blend, here we go. I'll hit edit. And then we'll leave a side position, and then we go into blending. Now, you could both just take down the opacity so that the things will work together. But then you can also use these many blend modes. We'll find one that looks cool. Linear burn, darker color, lighten, screen, color dodge, linear dodge, lighter color, overlay, soft light, hard light. That looks kind of cool. Let's see what happens if you hit. See, now you can kind of see this thing underneath it. So I probably want to bring the opacity down as well. Oops, see, there you go. Now you have this kind of cool looking thing. So I'm okay with that. And then next I'll blend them, and then we'll look for some transitions, because transitions, there's new transitions in here. So that will be something we can look at. Here we got the blending. Let's just bring down the opacity, and then, I kind of like that all by itself. Right on. It's just a thing. Then this last video, we'll just let's do a different way of blending it. Maybe, let's see what happens with a pin light. Ooh, look at that. That looks actually really cool. Yeah, the pin light looks wicked. Right. So we've just got 3 things. Close that in. Now, you just, in order, see the very top left hand little thing right here, the folder symbol. Take our folder symbol, we look, you could find photos. There's linked folders. So linked folders would be places where you store stuff off of your device. This is something that Jade has talked about. And then there's the Storyblocks, then there's titles, and then there's transitions. Hey, Easy Herbs. Let's see if there's new. So wipes, slides, pushes, soft wipes, shape wipes, flips, mod circles, motions, blurs, lights and colors, perspective turns, stretches. This seems like quick zoom. The quick zoom, I think, are the new ones. Like a quick zoom and blur. There we go. Let's just drag one in. There you go. So you drag it in between the two things you want. Hey, Chad Freeman, welcome, welcome. So now we'll just see real quick. Whoops. We'll just drag that right so it clicks up to the beginning. And I love how it doesn't move anything unless you make it. Hey, Cubic Lover 1972. And then I'm going to pick one of these, my favorite ones, which are these circles, which they came in mod circles. I'm going to pick a mod circle wave. There we go. See, little circles. We'll just drag this a little bigger now. And we'll go back and just look at, this is only 21 seconds. So, hey, Heathen Granny, welcome. Perfect. So now we've got stuff. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to find adjustment. Let's see, what are these? Ooh, so here's how you find, this is your most popular, here's your transitions under here and in the star menu. Now, this is your clip thing. Let's see, this is showing your bits on the timeline. Yep, that's like clipping it out of your whole timeline. And now hit plus adjustment clip. Now we have a 10-second adjustment clip. I don't know why these keep moving to not be. Let's go. I have no idea why these want to start. Keep pushing that over. Hey, Feisty Feather. Let's get this back in so you can see more of my timeline. Okay, so what's in this adjustment layer? Now it's time to play. So now you've got presets. Now you can color. Now this takes you to color and effects or frame and fit. Those are the two things. Let's go back to, because color and effects is what we want here. So now you could make everything high contrast, for example. Now, watch. We go back. And it's that way for its high contrast for 10 seconds. So we're looking. So here you could take this blended bit. One of the things I think I would really like to use for this is color key. So blue screen, blue sky, dark Luma key. Like, just see, now you could take out all the dark stuff in here. The pie's in my lap, by the way, everyone. So you could do like you could blend several layers over each other and then remove the dark, remove the green, remove the blue, remove the black, remove the white, whatever you wanted to pour something over it. I wonder if you can now drag things underneath. Nope, you still can't drag things underneath. That's interesting. That's something I miss. Sweet. So now, well, let's make an adjustment. We have to make some kind of adjustment first. We'll have to find something. Ooh, we can use this light work. Color edges. Let's use this thermal light. There we go. Now that's pretty cool. And now we'll flip back to the beginning. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use some adjustment layers. So here, let's click a plus. And we'll blend. We'll move this blend. So then we'll come forward a little bit. And then I'm going to add another adjustment block. See the little pluses? Now we're going to change the blend really high. And then I'm going to come back up here. And I'm going to create a new little curve adjuster. What? My God, I've forgotten what they're called. Back to like maybe 56% plus blend it way in. Plus blend it mostly out. And so it's going to wiggle back and forth is what it's going to do, going back and forth from all the way. Now we move it. Now we click to the end, tap, and blend it all the way out. So by the time we end our adjustment layer, we're ready to go. So let's take a look at this. Now we'll see our adjustment layers just been adjusted. So let's open that up a little bit so you can see more. And now we'll pop it in. See, now it's getting yeah, see? Pretty rad. So now it's selected and it just plays. So here's a little trick. See this little hash mark here? If you double click that, it takes it back to your standard setting. So here's all the standard settings. So if you could make it look like this is how it looks. I could make it also look like this. It can look like this. This just depends on what thing you want to work with at the time, right? Very, very interesting. But I like it this way. So you can use this little hash mark to drag your timeline down, your timeline up, and then just double click it to get back. All right. Whoops. Now, whoops. All right. Now we'll kick it. And now you'll see. Can you watch it just going kind of wibbledy wobbledy? And now it blacks back out of it. There we go. And then it just, so it basically fades out that. Very cool. That would have been a good thing to put over the top. So, adjustment layers. Let's see. Let's go back, check our little info thing. Adjustment clips, curve path editor, speed ramping. Let's play with speed ramping. Let's use this last clip and stretch this last clip out so that it kind of fits over the top. So what you do is you hop into this whole bitty bit, right? Frame and fit, speed and reverse. So here we go. Speed configuration. Reverse configuration. So here's like just 1x. Fly. We're not going to use any audio at all. So let's go 0.25x. Now it's 25 seconds long. Let's just go forward to here. We'll add a little clip. Make that faster here. I don't know where the, where's the speed ramping? Oh, here we go. So here's straight ones. Now here's the curves. Let's look at payoff. Now see, it's added a bunch of curves. So let's go back to the beginning. Now it's going to go fast and slow. Yeah. And then there's like, you could change it to hitch. Fun. There's a drop, a jump, a summit, a valley. Let's try this. Oops. So I picked this slow bit and then we hit, then we'll, no, oops, I can't valley it for some reason. So we'll hitch it. See? Very cool. Then of course you can set your own. So it sets, so you could also go back in here and then change each one. So you go back in here, you see that this one, no, I'd rather have the speed here at this point. And then we'll come back up here and maybe take it down to 2.25 and we'll move up. So we're just making our own. Um, 1.25. And then let's add another one at the end for it to slow way down. Ooh. All right. So see, now now I started with a curve and I want to use this curve. So besides, what have I done anyway here? So now we just go out of here. Boop. Right. Here we go. I feel like I've really screwed up somewhere. Anyway, now let's go back. So we've got this. We've got our weird adjustment layer thing happening. And then this last bit, see, it's just slowing down. Woo! That's pretty fun. Of course, it's still, let's, I want to kind of try to get these bits longer. So let's go back to, oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I done? Let's make this one longer with time. Edit. There we go. Speed and reverse. Now let's go in. Let's use this. Let's use hitch. And now we'll change them again. Let's go back to the beginning. And our speed is 1. Let's go slow. Then to this next one, let's go really fast. And then this next one, just kind of medium. Back to really fast. Back to medium. And then once again, we'll skip all the way to the end. We'll add one more and we'll slow it way down. 1/240th X. No, not that far. We can make it 47 seconds long. All right, let's give this a try. Now it's just, hey, the real Justine Kasprick and the sweet Mr. Smith. I slept through your show today, Smithy. I mean, if you had it, I'm assuming you had it. The Dom Father, I just set things so I've got this new way of, because I've been sleeping way into like noon my time. And so I've got this new bit where I schedule like a stream that's coming up. Like I pick 6 or 7 hours of stuff before it, and then I put it at the end of my queue. All right, let's head back to our main screen. Whoa, something happened and it went bye-bye. Well, let's just, let's go back and add something back in here again then. Let's see, where is this? Imported, right on. Let's just add that. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this at the end. I'm going to leave it the right size, and then I'm going to hop in an adjustment layer right here. So where's that little plus button? Here's that plus button. Let's have a adjustment clip. And we'll tighten that adjustment clip because we're going to use it as a transition between these two bits right here. Now we'll come in and we'll do the editing. And we'll look at our presets. These are some crazy weird stuff. Glass, distort, op art. Let's check op art. And then we'll throw in a couple of adjustment curves. There's another one. There's another one. Then at the end, make sure it's all the way at the end. All right, so come to this first one. And then we'll change the scale. Here, we'll change the angle. Oops. There we go. make the width like smaller. There we go. And there we'll blend some of the original image back in. Now we'll come here. We'll blend a little bit of, we'll blend less of it in. We'll take the width way up. We'll move the center. There we go. Back to the end. We'll change that angle. That looks really cool. Just blend a little bit. Take our width. Ooh, yeah, that's tight. That's pretty. Now we'll go back to the beginning. And now we've got a whole bunch of craziness. Sweet. Hey, green things to you, my friend. Thank you very much for that super kind, super chat. All right, see, now what we've got is a transition we made up. You can just kind of see where the transitions are. So here we got the thermal going in and out. We've got the things popping through. Oh, my stomach feels weird. Now we've got, see this transition of op-arting it. Yeah, and then it flies back into this other bit. Of course, let's, again, so again, you hop in here and you double tap this and it sends you back to your default way. Now, let's come in here and we'll edit this clip because it needs some blending. Frame and fit, blending. So we'll take the opacity down just enough so you can see what's underneath it. That's your next one. Okay, now we'll be under here. And we'll, whoops, ow! Oh, ouchie, she just used her claws hardcore. And here, let's see if changing it to some other kind of thing will work. Linear dodge. Wow, that claw kind of hurt, kitty. That looks kind of cool, this difference. Hey, Trip Killer. To that. Let's see if it, yeah, the difference stays difference. So let's just change the opacity up. Down. Up. And then out. Just bringing it back down. Okay. Sweet. Now we'll go, and it should get brighter and darker, brighter. Sweet. Hey, the graveyard zombies. We're doing video stuff. And you can even like, like position, size, and rotation. Now we could, let's go back and we can, so see how when I switched to position, size, and rotation, it took away all of our little adjustment animation points. Sorry. So let's take it here. Let's add one. Let's take position. Let's take position, size, rotation. Whoops. Let's go back to the beginning. So let's see. See, now it's getting tiny. Whoops. So you wanna get, let's click it. Now pick another one. And let's see. We could rotate it. And then let's stick foot. We go back to 0 rotation. We go back to full size. Why don't we let's make a new one and let's like zoom way into this thing so that you're zooming way into your fractal. And then we'll bring it back. Whee! Right there. Sweet. So that should be fun. Now we've got 2 sets of animation things. So let's just, yeah, see, it just rotates and swings and fun. Hey, the Falcro. That's pretty nice. I think we might have covered a lot of the stuff that's going on. The multicam stuff, I don't know anything about. So seriously, let's see. Maybe we'll just see if we can find that. All right, let's hop back. Ooh, let's do some title. There we go. There's titles. Apparently titles are much more interesting now. She is banging on my shoulder so hard. She wants to cut me. She's trying to cut me. All right, one more, kitty. One more. She is on the warpath today. So let's see, what do we want? Let's see if there's any like really cool looking typewriter main, shades main. Let's see, let's drag one of these on, typewriter main. There we go. So here's our, let's see if we can change the shape. No, let's see. So your aspect ratio, your opacity. Why don't we just take down our opacity? That's kind of fun. We can make edges. Let's use our little thing to find an edge color. Like, let's use this red maybe. Now you've got this kind of, let's use a semi-opaque, right? Shadow color, shadow angle, blur, rotation, scale. Ooh, here we go. Original shapes. How about an oval? There we go. Now we'll move the oval up because, yeah, there we go. So we've got all these new rounded chat reverse. You've got arrows. You've got a copyright symbol. You've got a flower. Ooh, I like the flower. So that's pretty cool. Now let's do stuff with the text. We'll your text here. There we go. Now we could call this, let's see, your text here. Where is that text? Whoa. Let's undo that. There we go. There we go. There's your text here. What do we want to call this? Fractal flowers. And you can actually move this where you want. You can make it larger. There we go. You make it that yes. Auto size for text, line spacing, face color. You can once again, let's grab this. Whoops. There we go. Let's get it in that red again. Ooh, that's pretty. And you can even have an edge color. Turn that width up. Now you've got a little fractal. And then we'll just go next, your text here. And then if I don't, like say I don't want career, let's get a pretty script. Ooh, that's pretty. And you can actually just drag that bigger. And I'm just moving it with my finger. And then double tap it. And you've got it. Let's make it say something besides your text here. How about Dark Leela? I sounded exactly like Gmail when I said that. Productions. See, that looks wicked, right? So, of course, let's go back in here. Oops. That's just, okay. So now what you could do is make your stuff work out. Now let's do some, not the flower itself, but the words fractal flowers. I don't see anything about how to animate that. So frame and fit, color and effects. Here we go. We can start out. I'm sure. Yeah, I could have. I'm not sure. Let's just hop in there and give it a look. We'll blend it out in a second. I like that. I like the idea of giving that a check. So where fractal flowers. So we'll double tap and see right down here. This, if you have this, if this works, fractal flowers. But it didn't work because I'm not connected that way. It's connected through it does, but it would have worked if you weren't attached to several different voicings. As you can see, anything that's available there. All right, let's go back now to frame and fit and blending. So at the beginning, you want it to be blended down. I'm blending it all the way down, and then I'm just going to move like right here, just 0.11 seconds. And then just to make a dramatic full opacity. And then I'm just going to do a real standard. We'll go to the edge and we'll add one. And then we'll just bring back our opacity. So now we're going to take this back. Let's watch what we've got. Here it goes. Ha-ha. There it is. Fractal flowers fading out. Yes. There we go. There's all my weird adjustment layers and all the cool things. All right, so we got a link for Jade Star coming up. You do not have to actually move a muscle. You could just keep your hands inside the ride and you will be moved directly over to Jade Star. That's what I'm talking about, people. Whoa, really cool. $29.99 and you have it forever. These new, some of these are just regular. Some of these are either come with an IAP or with a subscription to Storyblocks, which I love. Right on, saying bye to you with my face real quick, and then we out. Ba-boom. Hey! Sweet. I'll see you guys tomorrow at my really cool acoustic guitar stuff singing. Jade Star's next with Sculpture by Bram, Boss, and Heinbach. Keep your hands inside the ride. Big, 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 biggest love and all the peace you can carry, baby. Thank you so much. See you soon.